you know, everything's made here in the United States. You know, of course, we're really proud. That's not easy.
So this is just cardboard.
Yeah, these are just the boxes for French Drainman products. They're all logoed up. The whole building just for the boxes. These are things you don't think of.
Yeah.
You know, and you start growing a business like this and you're like, wow, we need a building for our logoed boxes. I was known as the kid in the neighborhood that would do just about anything. I had 2 Detroit news routes, and I met all these homeowners through delivering newspapers. My first drain job, I was probably about 13 years old. And an older couple said, hey, these areas that hold water after a big rain, we want to order some topsoil and have it delivered. Would you wheelbarrow it and fill in these low spots? So they ordered, I think, 5 yards of dirt. And I had to wheelbarrow it in the backyard and level it out. Well, what happened was the next big rain, they called me up. And they said, the water moved. And I'm like, what do you mean the water moved? You know, I'm 13. The water is still there, but now it's just shifted in the yard. So they order more dirt. We fill in those low spots. So this went on, honestly, for a few good rains and a few loads of dirt. The water is still there. We took a concentrated area of water, and we spread it out. It was completely saturated. The whole yard was like a soggy mess every time it rained. And I learned right then and there, you can't chase water around until you're blue in the face. You got to get rid of it. And that's when I understood about catch basins, solid pipe. I was able to identify why that was so important. When I graduated, I gave up the 2 Detroit news routes and went full-time in maintenance. All kinds of maintenance, but I was in yards. The paper route, that was the vehicle to all this. That's what got me into all these yards. This is before the internet, Instagram, Facebook. How do you advertise? You can't afford a billboard, you're a kid, you know? So those Detroit news routes, they springboarded me, you know, honestly, and shaped me, you know, to help make me who I am today. In 2012, I started running French Drainman. We changed the way things were done in yard drainage. When it comes to, you know, plumbing, excavation, outdoors, we definitely changed that. What I started doing is building DIY kits. Nobody ever really made parts for yard drainage. Nobody made a pipe for yard drainage, that's for sure. They just used agricultural pipe. So that's why I modified all these pipe. You know, I had to change the wall thickness and the inlets of the perforated pipe. You know, we even made a pipe that never existed. There's now a 3.5-inch pipe because of us, and that's just for yard drains. You need it to pull through sprinkler line, otherwise you got to cut every single sprinkler line. But I believed in this that much that I said, I literally did this. I pushed it all to the center, and I bet on French Drainman. Do I need to keep installing? No, I mean, this online store it's a monster. You know, we're shipping semis full of drain parts to big drainage companies. A lot of guys were landscapers and seen my videos, and they said, I didn't realize there was a need. I didn't know that there was this much work. And they went ahead and transitioned into drainage. So I'm mentoring a lot of guys. I'm having a really good time with that. The ones that truly want to be better, you know, and they're using all of our parts. They're fully committed. You know, they're loyal to me, so I'm loyal to them. Did I ever think business would look like this? Absolutely not. You know, from a Detroit newspaper boy, then the maintenance division, and then working with all the engineered plans for building all those staycations. Had a really good time doing it all, and it was all, you know, really important as far as my development. You know, what I tell young people is, if you have some ideas, get out there and do it. You know, honestly, 90 out of 100 people that have an idea never ever get up and just actually do it. And you're gonna fail. Trust me, you're gonna fail. Every step of the way, every rung, I failed. I failed through the whole thing. And I said, okay, all right, we're gonna do that different. For young people that are just watching Instagram and YouTube, I'd say put the phone down Get out there, man, and do it. Here we are in 2026, French Drain Man, doing great, you know, running strong. I mean, we are the American dream. It's been a great time. I've had a blast doing it. I'm not done. I'm not done. I figure I got another 15 strong years left, and hopefully I just pass the torch.